Nomadic Fanatic starts a podcast. Quartzsite's coming alive. A few injuries and some more. So stick around. I guess first we'll start with Destination Open Road. They have made a comeback. They pop back. They do this every once in a while, but yeah, they've been posting regularly for about 2 weeks. But yeah, they come in, they act like they never gone, and they're and lots of unanswered questions. And they just go about life like they've been here for years, and they've been gone for a long time. But they're back and they're posting regularly. We have Exploring Canada, very good channel. I would advise you to go over and check it out. Recommend, I would say, to go over and check her out. Exploring Canada. She does a lot of stuff about Banff and the beauty therein and Canada in general and what Canada has to offer and in her area. Very well done, very well narrated. Lots of excellent footage of Canada. Very good channel. So go over and show her some love for sure. All right, let's talk about used RV prices. The used RV prices are dropping. I guess that's a good if you're looking for a used RV, but not so good if you're selling one. Now, what happened is during the pandemic, everybody bought, and were traveling around so they could actually still go somewhere because no one was allowed outside, and they could still be in their little house contained and not get in trouble. So a lot of people bought RVs, and now the prices are dropping because a lot of these, post-pandemic people are like, yeah, we don't want this anymore. We don't need it anymore. And with the economy the way it is, it's just an extra expense. So people are selling them. So yeah, it kind of flooded the market. So yeah, the prices are definitely going to drop. So we have a whole bunch of lightly used RVs, and they're more appealing than older RVs, and especially ones that have been used and have miles on them, because let's face it, a lot of these pandemic people, they were weekend warriors and they didn't really do a whole lot. And of course now it's the off season, so a lot of people are like, hey, I don't want to pay for storage for this thing over the winter, and I don't want it in my driveway or whatever. So yeah, used RVs the prices are coming down because people are getting rid of them like crazy. And then we have any of the dealers that have them on their lots, and they're trying to clear stuff out to make room for the new 26s that are arriving and have arrived. And so yeah, they're the prices are coming down. So I guess if you're looking for a new used RV, I guess today's the day. It is the time before the prices go back up and the season for RVing hits the calendar again, and go out and check them out. Go shopping if you want one. Now, when you're out there shopping for RV, keep these things in mind, and it is the weight of everything. If it's a drivable one, you have the gross vehicle weight rating for the entire vehicle, so you have that. It's not just the vehicle; it's everything. So if you pack it and you are a full-timer, and you got you and your kitties and some other things and all your clothes and your cooking stuff and everything crammed in there, maybe your leg lamp and your Mickey collection, yeah, you have to make sure that you don't exceed that weight. And if you have a towable, you have the gross weight of the towable, plus you have to make sure your vehicle is capable of towing. So you need to check, what your tow rating is and what the tongue weight is and all that good stuff. And it's real easy. Just go to the CAT scale, which is usually at any truck stops. And you can go get everything weighed, and you can figure it out. And the main thing is it's for safety, your safety and everybody else that you're traveling on the roads with. But it's also, if something were to happen and you call up your insurance company and put in a claim, yeah, if they see that you're overweight, they're probably going to deny you. So if you're out there shopping for a new to you used RV, make sure you keep all these numbers and these things in mind for your own financial well-being. And yes, Quartzsite, it's that time of year again. The new year starts out the new season for Quartzsite, and the LTVA is going to fill up. The big tent's going up. All the vendors are going to be coming in. So all the nomads are going to be rolling in as well. The ones that, aren't there yet. And then we have the Bobo, and the big RTR is just mere days away. So get ready for Quartzsite to come alive. And I'll be right here to keep an eye on things, to listen out for all the latest gossip and the hubbub and the scuttlebutt and all the little updates of what's going on in the area for sure. Because we know every year it happens. You got all the meetups and the groups and the people with their, their little private camps that they set up, and the hierarchy and all the good stuff that comes with this time of year at Quartzsite. And I'll be here with my nose in it. That's right, because that's the way I am. And that's why you click. You can say you don't want to hear it and da-da-da-da-da, and you can talk all you want about me in my basement, but you're just mad because you live in a vehicle and you don't have a basement. But that's the only reason why you click, because you love the drama too. Admit it. Now, speaking of drama, I've talked about groups claiming public land as their private vacation spot. Now, of course, I've been met with tons of resistance. They say that doesn't happen, and no. Well, just keep in mind that Quartzsite is the utopian paradise, free from crime, drugs, and drama. So, yeah, everybody's going to flock there, right? Now, I also say that people camp right on top of one another, even though their big claim of the wide open spaces and millions of acres of free land and all this other stuff and the escape of society and neighborhoods, they still park on top of one another. And of course, yes, again, I always am met with backlash and told that's not true, that doesn't happen, that's not the way it is. Well, here, let's see what one of the nomads that is actually there, let's see what they have to say.
Understand why people want to be a bully, especially when there's millions of acres of open land here to camp, to have whatever group, but they just have it in their heads that they're going to come out here and stake claim just because they built a fireplace here last year.
Now, according to reports, this group attempted to run someone off just so they could have their spot, because they want to go back every year to the same spot and claim it as their own. Even though it's public land, it's BLM land, it's paid for by every single person that pays taxes in the United States. And, just because you went and spent $180, about $28 a month or so, $26, something like that a month to live there, it doesn't mean that you can go snag it up and say, well, this is my spot. I was here last year and I want to be. No, but it happens. I know you're going to tell me that it doesn't. And there was even a tale of a face-to-face altercation over this stupid-ass spot. It's crazy. And again, reports of, what will he do? Millions of acres of land, even the LTVA, it's all spread out, but they have their little circle of wagons and park here and park next to each other, and they form their own little communities, their own little neighborhoods, and they park right on top of one another. I just watched the Blue Van Dam video, and he's driving down, and you see them. They're not all spread out. Yeah, some of them are spread out. Not everybody clumps together now. I'm not blanket statement, but to say that it doesn't happen and that I'm full of shit, you're full of shit, because you can see them. They're in little clumps everywhere. Oh, I want to escape society and this and that. And yeah, they fight over little areas and they make up their little, I started a camp, so I get to make the rules. So you can come in, you can't come in. You can come in on Saturday and hang out with us, but you can't park your thing here and all that fucking bullshit. But remember, the big thing to remember here is it's one big happy, carefree, crime-free, drug-free bullshit-free, blissful community. So it's a lovely place. It's a lovely life to be a nomad. All right, now we have Sightseeingsally. Yeah, she took a spill New Year's Eve. That's right. She was getting ready to go out and ring in the new year. Slipped and fell and broke her elbow. Yeah, that's right. That doesn't make it real nice way to ring in the new year. So yeah, she's got her arm in a sling. They didn't put in a cast in case she has to have a surgery to put pins and stuff in. They didn't want to put a cast on it. So until she goes to the orthopedic specialist and sees what's what, yeah, she's in a sling for now. So yeah, she took a spill to start off the new year. So go over and check out Sightseeingsally and give her some well wishes. And Bunny from BunnyPlaysHere. Yeah, she had a fall as well. She was at the water's edge, stepped on a rock, and the rock, well, it rocked. And she took a spill, went over, ripped her toenail off, skin up her leg, and messed her ankle all up. So yeah, she took a little spill and ended her little trip for the moment. But yeah, she's doing well. She is recovering. So there we go. Two of the ladies took a tumble and had some mild injuries. All right, now we have Line Screw. He gives us his take on the Tater Chronicles. That's right. He chimed in and told us his opinion on if Tater's telling the truth or not and what he thinks about the whole story of Taterland. So if you want, go over there to Line Screw 1 and check out what his opinion on the whole situation is. All right, now, speaking of Tater, Tater put out a video. It wasn't a whole lot going on. He finished picking up his moon rocks, and so he could finish his driveway thing. He's getting his driveway rock stone or whatever that delivered soon. He got his little stupid Ryobi loppers, battery-powered loppers, to trim some roots that were in his pathway so he could nip to both ends and pull out. And I don't know. My opinion, you can tell me what you think, but for what he was using it for, it's so much easier to have a manual pair just to go over and go snip, snip, done. Now he's got these, hold a button, get it on there, hold a button, snip, and then open it back up, and then go over to there, and then pick it up. And all you had to do is go, done. So I don't know what the obsession with these Ryobi loppers are, but he just loves them. He thinks it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I think it's pretty dumb. And then he has his burn barrel. He's started the first fire on Tater Acres, and that was a big to-do. He got a big barrel and poked some holes in it, and speaking of things that were kind of dumb, he has a flamethrower. It's a little propane bottle on this little flamethrower. So that's how he lights his fire, with this big flamethrower. I guess, he likes his toys, so whatever. But anyway, so that's pretty much what was going on there. And then, of course, we have to talk about the weather. And it is the driest in history. That's right. If you talk to the locals here on the White Mountains, they all tell you this is the driest in history. So we have some more history-breaking weather where Tater is. Our little weather gremlin is not letting us down for sure. And the big news is, Tater said he's going to start new stuff and he's going to have a new format and everything to his channel this year. And so far, the first step, phase 1, according to the Tater, is Tater Talks. That's right, Tuesday podcast, Tater Talks. That's right. He is going to kick it off on Tuesdays. So right there on his channel too. He's not doing something separate, but yeah, it is right there. And then what does he do? Oh, he talks about the peacefulness of Tater Acres. That when he's doing some work, sometimes he'll just stop and just revel in the quiet and the nothing. And he talks about Taterland. It was kind of close to the highway, but he's miles and miles away, so he doesn't have any noise or anything. And he pretty much says it's far better than any old RV life, hanging out in RV parks with crowds and kids and dogs and music and all that stuff. No. That life ain't for the tater anymore.
I've also been to a lot of noisy campgrounds with screaming kids, fighting adults, barking dogs, nonstop. Everybody wants to play their music and share it with the entire city.
And all this, coming from a guy who has this huge movie screen, sets up his projector, gets his big speakers out, sets up some chairs, invites some people over, turns on all his underglow lights and his outside lights and this and that, and has all this stuff, plays a big movie, cranks his music and the soundtrack to the movie and everything, is talking about the way everybody else ruins it for everyone with their music that they want to play for everyone. The guy that turns on his underglow lights on every single vehicle he has, his motorcycle, his trailer, his van, his RV, his bus, his everything, all at once, and destroys any peaceful environment he rolls into. But hey, you don't have to agree with me.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.